Hi Gary, do you think the significant difference in the title race this time around is you're not reliant on one player as you seemingly were last season at this time?
Yeah, that might have been labelled against us that we did rely on one player, but I didn't quite see that. But what I would say is now there has been a nice spread of goals throughout the team, and that's a good thing. Competition for places is fierce, especially in the front areas of the pitch. But it is pleasing that goals they're being spread right through the team. When we look dangerous going into the final third in many different ways rather than maybe just being one dimensional.
Hi Gary, just speaking to the Bournemouth, talking about the mentality. He sees a mentality change within the squad from the previous sort of festive periods. How much do you think that will bode well, and have you seen the same change in the players' mentality?
Yeah, I was, if we just go back to the weekend against Motherwell, going a goal behind, and then obviously being, asked the question to break down 2 lines of 5. I thought there was good maturity. I thought there was variation in our play, but I just thought the accumulation of pressure put on Motherwell and just that continually prompting and probing and being patient, I thought we got our just rewards at the end of the game, and we were worthy winners, I felt.
David Tanner, please.
Gary, how important a 10-14 day period is this day for this period for Rangers now? Would you say this period will define the season now in the title race?
David, over my experience of playing football over this period is my memories of it is it's always key. Christmas and New Year is always key in any league you play in, because especially here in the UK where there's loads of games and the scheduling is really tough, and if you can come through it, it goes a long way to where you're going to finish at the end of the season. So it is, I totally agree, it's a massive week, 10 days of high intensity games, tough games, and then just the fact that they keep coming every 2-3 days makes it even more difficult. But it's going to be key. If we come through here nice and clean, we'll be happy.
Andrew McLean, go ahead please.
Hi Gary, just before I get to my question, am I able to get an update on team news? Is there anyone out for this one, anyone back?
Well, the pleasing thing is Ryan Jack's had a couple of good days on the grass. He's back, and we're pretty hopeful that he could be in and around the squad for Boxing Day and Hibs. So that's a big boost going into this busy schedule. Obviously Alfredo comes back in, he's available and comes back into the squad. And apart from that, everybody else we're good. We're picking from a full squad nearly.
And just finally from me, Stephen had talked about not being happy with the VAR, that goals have been conceded in the last couple of games. How important is it to get back to that defensive stability that you've had for so much of the season?
Yeah, at times it is a wee bit sort of strange to be hypercritical of a backline and goalkeeper and a sort of a team that's kept so many clean sheets and defended its goal really well. But it's these little lapses that could cause danger. So knowing the backline boys and the goalkeepers here, that they want to get back to clean sheets, and it is very key. If we can keep clean sheets and go up the other side of the park and be as inventive as we have been and been free scoring, so that bodes well. But as a team, everybody, I don't just look at the back five, I look at the whole team. As a team, the boys want to get back to trying to keep clean sheets.
Hello Gary.
How you
doing? The good play obviously at the start of the season has built up this sizable lead that you have, albeit the rivals have got some games in hand. Is there a different psychology attached to being pace setters as opposed to having to chase, which you've had to do the last couple of years?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, but the feeling now at the moment is, with this big schedule, we're really taking games, and the cliches do start to appear. We are looking at each game individually. We can't look too far ahead. Maybe as a staff we do, but as what we are trying to impress into the squad of players is just keep looking to the next game. Deal with that game, what's in front of you, and then we can go and immediately turn our attentions to the next one. So basically, after the Motherwell result, which was really positive, we're delighted with that result. We turned our attentions to the game tomorrow against St Johnstone, and we don't look too far ahead.
David Edgar, please.
One of the impressive things at the weekend was the tactical flexibility you were able to display going through the second half, trying to, obviously find a way to get ahead, and then even to be able to put on Bongani Zungu at 2-1 and change the game again. Is the depth of the squad useful to you as a management team in terms of being able to for different phases of matches to alter it?
Yeah, that's a good question, because I think as you've pointed out there, the changes are nice and subtle. I wouldn't underestimate what the guys in the first half did, and Glenn Kamara's unfortunate to come off the pitch, but the work and the pressure that the guys in the first half had put upon Motherwell's back lines was very impressive. But it does take time, and I think by the end of the game it was basically it was just that accumulation of pressure, and then the addition of people who are a little bit finer, maybe in the final third, maybe just unlock a defence, and that's what made the difference. And then when we did get our noses in front, the ability to bring Zungu on, who's very disciplined in his approach to the game and sitting just right in front of the two central defenders, just gives you a nice insurance policy, so to speak. So yeah, the changes worked. There were subtle changes, but again, it's that accumulation of the whole team effort.
Thank you.
And finally, Andy Leaford, please.
Morning, Gary.
Morning.
We've seen over the last few days the emergence of this new coronavirus, and obviously it seems to be sweeping the country. Is there any concern from your point of view, the club's point of view, that if this situation again gets out of hand, that you might have a scenario where the league season can't be completed? Obviously, we've not got any protocols in place from the SPFL in terms of how they're going to, if there's a finish point where the league season could be called or anything like that. Is there any concerns just now?
Well, there's no concerns. We we don't make the decisions, as you rightly said there, and we've just got to be as disciplined and the fact is we've worked really hard to keep everybody away from this problem, and we've just got to keep as diligent as we possibly can and just keep trying to focus on playing football.
Perfect. Thank you very much, guys.
Gary, David, can I ask a quick question before we go? Gary, is it are you in the wrong job to have a birthday on Christmas Day?
Do you know what? That's the thing is, when you obviously I signed with Motherwell when I was 16, and I've been involved in football ever since. And it's very rare that I do celebrate a birthday on Christmas Day, because there's always a game in Boxing Day. It's not a good birthday, is it? To be perfectly honest, let's be truthful. I should change it. I should stick it in June or July. It's not a good birthday. And I've decided I'm staying at 50 as well. By the way, that's my thinking.